Okay, so now we'll do a little filming of the fitting of the glass onto our doors and the rope, of course. So what I've got here is I've got my white rope, which I'm using for my lovely almond stove. I've used the original rope as a template for the length. Okay, it saves me having to guess what length we're going to need. So now I'm just going to make sure my fingers are clean. I'm just going to sort of roughly check that whilst it's dry, make sure that we're about right. Okay, and we are. Okay, good. So we're going to fit that now, and I'm just going to trim the ends so that they're a bit cleaner. So let's get my knife. Right. We'll just trim those frayed ends slightly. Right. One thing that we do here that the guys in overseas do is you can probably get this tape in the UK, but I don't know about over here in South Africa, but this tape that goes on the ends here just stops the ends from fraying, which is a very nice and tidy way of doing things. Right, now this is the left-hand door, which is the most challenging because the rope goes on the front of the door as well as on the back. So that means I need to put some glue on the front as well as the back of the stove. So I'm going to do that now with the camera on pause. In terms of glue, there used to be this water-based stuff that was used that would go crusty and dry. Charnwood don't use that anymore. They use what appears to be a high heat silicone. That's what we're going to put something similar to that in here. Yeah, that's generally what you would look to use. So a high heat silicone or a gasket glue or something like that will hold this in place. I know that some guys use regular silicone and say that it still holds, but we're going to play it safe. So let's put that glue in and then we'll fit the rope. Okay, so I've got my adhesive in. Now to make this tidy, we're going to put the rope in on the hinge side. Is where the ends of the rope will be, and we want it to be tight, so it's going to be in the middle, roughly in the middle of the door on the hinge end. So as we press it in, we'll start there in the middle, and then we just work our way around, pulling the rope slightly to make sure that we have plenty of rope, and just pushing it in. You can see that I've got the door resting on some cloth here. I'm wanting to make sure that we're as careful with this paintwork as possible, because I am applying a bit of pressure just to keep everything in place. Now here's the tricky bit. Just pull this back, make sure you can see. So now I've got a bead of adhesive on the front of the door, and now this tucks under. I'm going to pull it taut, and then I'm going to pull it up. Okay, when I turn the door over, you'll see. So just squeeze that on there, and then just feed the rest in, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we end up back where we started. Good. There we go. Just push that in. The doors are very, very tight fitting, nice real snug fit, so that'll also compress the rope and keep it in place for a nice tight glued fit. Okay, so now you can see that. So if I just lift the front up, you can see the rope goes along the front of this left hand door. The right hand door I've already done, it just has the rope on the inside. There's just one piece of rope that goes here, which we'll put in now. I've already cut this. We'll just trim this to length. Just need to trim a little bit off. Just trim that, and then we'll glue that in, and then we'll do the glass. Just in case you didn't see that on the camera shot, just to show you, so the rope has met perfectly at the end here where it needs to be, and then the front you can see going along there. Okay, we're now going to fit this center piece of rope. Okay, just another little word of advice. If you're using this tape, when gluing it into the door, try and get the end of the tape to be faced into the door, so that it's unlikely to open and fray. In other words, the seal is hidden underneath the rope and not exposed to the air and the flames and what have you, and potentially at risk of coming undone. Just a little bit of extra precaution. Right, so that's our rope done.